Hello architecture students. Today I'm going to show you in a little bit more detail how to create one of these bath section views. Okay, we start out on level 1, so our first floor level, which happens to be where this bathroom is at, and of course you would do that on whatever level of your bathroom that your sectioning would be on. Okay, so the first thing that I do is I look at my kitchen and decide where I'm going to place these sections. Which this is those sections here. This is my north section right there. This is my west section, looking west, because my casework in my kitchen is like L-shaped. Okay, so I need to get the view and dimensions of these two L's, and I drew a section view right through here to get this looking north section. Okay, and that's right up here with this little section view tool, and you just click on it and you draw your section through. Now of course you don't want to draw two like this. I'm just drawing this one for demonstration. All of my section views are already in place. And you might want to draw this back a little bit. You don't want to pick up too much information in the view, but you do want to pick up this wall back here. You want to get the window and everything in the view. And once you go into the view, I went to that by double clicking it. Now some of these other views, I don't need to see these section view symbols in this drawing. Okay, so I am going to click on those. Hold my control button down, click on each one. I'm even going to click on this little call out right here, and I'm going to simply hide those in view by element. I'm not going to hide the category, just the element. And let's see, right here I'm going to hide this one too. This is a level 3. I don't remember why I put that here. I think I was using it to model something, but I'm going to hide stuff like that in view as well. And this Windows level, I don't need that here. I'm going to hide that in view. All I really need are these two levels right here. I do want to take a look at some things like my ceilings and my walls and things like that. Now I'm not sure why I'm getting a ceiling over here, but I'm not getting one here. It could be something because of this wall, possibly. That is an outside wall, an exterior wall basically. And you can see that it's showing that it's kind of going up above that level line right there, that wall level line, that top of wall 1. And it will go up to that level, but it doesn't look right in this view when I'm showing people how something should be in this view. So I'm just going to hide that wall. I'm going to hide it in view. I do want to hide that elements. And of course you can't tell that I've hidden the view. Oh, and here's my ceiling. I forgot, I did lower the ceiling in the kitchen. Okay, I did lower that. So that's good to actually show that here. And the way I'm going to actually get that to stick out a little better is by putting some insulation on the top of it so they'll understand what they're looking at. And also I'll put a height on that as well because it's different than top of wall 1. So I will need to have a height dimension on that eventually as well. So let's go ahead, just while we're thinking about it, let's go ahead and put some insulation up there in the attic. And I'm going to change that to a 7 1/4 inch because I'm going to have 7 1/4 inch not rafters, but ceiling joists. Okay, these are ceiling joists that'll be up here in the attic. Okay, they're 2x8s. Which a 2x8 measures 7.5 inches. All right, so there, we can see that. Another helpful thing to do is just go ahead and put some insulation up here to show that there are different ceiling heights. Okay, and I might even want to demonstrate that there's insulation going this way as well. Okay, and I think that's kind of self-explanatory, but we're going to go ahead and demonstrate that. Okay. And we can actually have all that sort of run together a little bit right there. Okay. All right, now in dimensioning, we're going to have 3 sets of dimensions. The first set of dimensions, well, it doesn't really matter which one you do first, but I am going to do my height dimensions first while I'm thinking about certain things. But I want to come from the top of the floor. I want to come to the top of the casework and the top of the backsplash, the bottom of the wall cabinets, and the top of the wall cabinets, and here I'm going to get a height dimension. Now, I only need to do that height dimension if that ceiling is at a different height from the rest of the ceilings in the home. Because we can see here, we got top of wall 1 here, which is where the ceilings typically come to. All right, so that was pretty simple. I got my height dimensions. I do want to do some separation here because we can't really see that one. I'm going to pull it over and put it right there. And that way you can see that it's talking about this little space right in here. So I got a 4-inch backsplash. And let's see, do I need to raise that window a little bit? It looks like I might. Okay, because that trim is coming down into the backsplash area. So we can have the trim sitting kind of right on top of it or maybe slightly above it. Okay, and that's the trim, that inside part. Now with the way that I have it drawn, I'm actually seeing some of the outside part of the window, but it's not hugely important right there. And now I want to put some upper dimensions here. I'm going to create that using the align dimension and going off of a known point such as this wall. That's a wall that's going to be there, and I can easily measure off of it. So I'm going to just measure across here to my different cabinet sections. Get each section, even get the window, the edge of the window in that measurement as well. I don't think that one quite hit the edge. I'll move it here in a moment. Get the ends of each section. Okay, put it right here. Now I could, if I had another wall over here, go all the way through, but then of course I don't want to interrupt this dimension right there. Okay, I don't want to draw a dimension line through that. Okay, and as I mentioned, I'm also seeing part of the outside of the window, so I'm going to see if I can move this dimension over a little bit to the inside part of the window. And I think I need to do this one too. So that would be the inside trim of that window. Okay. And then I'm going to put some dimensions down below as well to get the base cabinets dimensioned. Start at the wall. Okay. And then we're going to come out, and I think I'm going to get, let's see, I'm not sure I want to get that first piece of cabinet because that we're looking at the side of that. And the dimension of that from the wall out is pretty much set in stone. Okay, so get that section, get this section, another section, and then here. Those are all my different casework sections. Just kind of bring that dimension down kind of into the foundation area a little bit. And see if we got anything that's kind of overlapping that might be hard to identify, maybe like that one. Okay, and we have all of the base cabinets dimensioned. All right, now because we're looking at the sides of these 2 cabinets right here where they're sticking out from the wall, we're kind of cutting through them. So we do want to put a pattern in there, a filled region, as we call it, in Revit, but typically just some hatching. And I want to go diagonal down. Seems good. Let's do diagonal down. And we just kind of draw that right through here, through that whole piece of cabinet unit. Floor, come up the back like so, and I really think I should get the countertop in there as well. So I'm going to delete that line. Finish drawing this up the back of the backsplash over here, to here, to the end of the countertop, to the bottom of the countertop, and then back here. Okay, now you can see that I've got some casework that I've cut through. Okay, and I'm going to do that again right here. And I'm going to get this piece of casework right here. Now this casework seems to be sticking out from the wall. Is that what that is? Well, I'm going to go all the way to the wall and draw over that. And I might have to investigate to see why that is sort of sticking out the way it is. I might be looking at more than one thing. And that's what you have to do. You just kind of have to look at your drawing and see what all is appearing in your drawing. Some of those things you might actually hide. Okay. All right, so that would get you that's a pretty decent section view of a kitchen. Now, I also want to go back and get some of my annotations from the level 1 plan. So let's talk about our casework coloring, or calling out the material right here. I'm going to click on that and click copy. No, I'm not going to click copy like that. I can't do it like that. I have to come over here and click this copy. And this will copy that annotation right there and allow me to take it over to this new section I'm working on. It's called a kitchen section. And I can click on the paste button up here and place it. All right. And I can, work with it, manipulate it, and things like that to get it to work. I might even reduce the size of the font. So I'm going to go, right now I'm at 1/16. Let's go to 1/32. So that looks a little better at 1/32. Center it up. The arrow's pointing fine. Now wait, this is casework. So I actually want to pull the arrow down like this, point at the casework. Okay, so casework, dark English oak stain, light brown granite top throughout. And let's see what other kind of annotation we have. Here, I know we have the wall paint colors. It's this one right here. So I'm going to click on that one, copy it the same way with this little copy button right there, and then go back to that section view. Okay, and I'm going to drop it, and I need to go to modify, click on the paste button, and drop it right in here. Now that looks like it's really large. I'm going to put it up here for a second. Okay, it's because of the arrows. I do want to change that to a smaller font, 1/32. I'm going to fix the arrows in a minute. I'm going to draw it, bring it right down in here, right above the backsplash. And then I can sort of manipulate the arrows, the leaders. Okay, so this is telling the contractors how I want the wall finish. You may even want to indicate the trim, the interior trim of the window, which I did in one of my details. I did that. Okay. Now, you see how I did that, how I used the tools to do that. Now I want to go here to bath section. And I just did the same thing. I mean, I got all the measurements I needed to have. I do have 2 vertical measurements that are just going and measuring this casework and this mirror. Okay. Our ceiling height is also shorter. Okay, so I probably need to go ahead and add another dimension to that. Let's hide this one in view. Okay, hide that section. And of course, you see I annotated some wall brackets and everything to help hold up this piece of casework right here. And let's do this. Oh, actually, I did put a note in here, 8-foot ceiling for bath. hopefully they would see that, because I don't like to draw dimensions across one another unless I really have to. And if I have to, well, then I have to do it. Okay, so let's just stick one on the ceiling here, and let's just match right up with that. It did not want to stick. Do it to here. That'll work. Okay, so that'll tell me my measurement from the top of here plus this would equal 8 feet. Okay. Looks like I got my bathtub in that dimension as well. Okay, so you can see here how that's a little bit harder to see, but I really kind of needed it. I needed it there. But, you know, it can be a little confusing right here, but we want to try to eliminate as much of confusion as we possibly can, so that we get our house designed the way we want it. Okay, so this is a bath section. Okay, very simple. Nothing complicated about that at all. Sometimes you want to do more than one bath section because you need to show more items. So I do need to show where my toilet is right here. And I hate doing that. I hate putting two sections right through here just like that. So let's see. Let's start the section right over here. Draw it this way. Okay, so I think it's in there just perfectly. So we can see our toilet and our bathtub. We always want to change the resolution to fine. Anytime you're doing a detail, change your resolution to fine. Okay, and then here we can get the toilet placement as well. So we'll come over from the wall, go to the edge of the bathtub. That way we can see that there is the proper distance between the toilet and the bathtub. And we even have a wall over here that we can come to as well. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. Let's draw that again. Make sure you're getting the center of that toilet, face the wall, all that. Okay. So that kind of shows us the placement of the toilet. We don't really have to worry about the height. I mean, it's going to be that high no matter what. We don't have to do the ceiling because we've already got that. But we do probably want to throw in some insulation to show them what we're looking at. To, give them some sort of point of reference. Okay, and we've got an exterior wall here. So that'll need some insulation as well. Change that to 3. No, wait, this is, I want to say this is a plumbing wall. Whoops. So that should be 5.5 inches, I'm pretty sure. Yep, right at 5.5 inches. Take this all the way up to here. And let's see, it looks like because I adjusted this wall and put that plumbing wall in, my floor kind of goes underneath the wall itself. I can really just mask that out instead of going back and readjusting everything. And I'll just mask through this area. And I can actually mask through it while drawing my sole plate. So let's get a correct dimension here. We're going to go up 1.5 inches. Okay, it's a 2x6. We know that 2x6 is 1.5 inches thick. Here, it's going to fill up that wall, that bottom wall cavity. So, okay, so we hit it. We've got some thin lines there, and we can finish drawing it after, going ahead and accepting the masking properties. And then just draw a detail line like so. All right, so we got that in place. Might even throw an anchor bolt in there just for good measure. And we'll put our top plates in here just like so. We want to also indicate that. And we're going to start by masking too, because I got my ceiling kind of runs into the wall, and that's because I changed the wall at a later time. And I do want to cover that up. So we'll mask that. And we'll also use the lines of masking to make our top plates. Oops, and I forgot it's double top plate, so I need to do those twice. I don't know if this is going to work. Yep, because I got overlapping lines is why. Draw it right the first time is what you should do. And that corner fixed itself. And draw a line through the middle because there are two of those 2x4s right here. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't need to draw the X's in there just yet. I need to do that back at the other view. Or back once we get out of the editing. Get rid of that one too. Okay, fix any overlapping lines you have. Redraw that bottom line. All right, now we got it masked. And now we can put those little X's in there. Okay, so there is our top plate. Okay, so that is our second bath view, and that is one that we do need to have. And we got our dimensions for mainly our toilet is what we're looking at dimensioning here. That's our focus. So we got that positioned. And that's how you do